Welcome to the Rewrite Your Story with Tasha Joe podcast, where we fearlessly dive into the vast realm of thoughts, ideas, and conversations that know no bounds. Buckle up and prepare for a wild ride as we venture into uncharted territories and explore the unexplored. On this journey, we leave no stone unturned and no topic untouched. From the profound to the absurd, from the mundane to the extraordinary, we delve into the depths of human curiosity and embrace the sheer unpredictability of life. This is the podcast where anything and everything takes center stage. Each episode is a thrilling adventure into the unknown as we bring you fascinating discussions, captivating stories, and mind-bending perspectives as we embark on a quest for knowledge, enlightenment, and endless entertainment. Expect the unexpected, for here there are no boundaries and no limitations. Open your mind, expand your horizons, and get ready to be captivated by the infinite possibilities that await. So whether you're a seeker of knowledge, a lover of stories, or simply someone who craves the thrill of the unknown, this podcast is tailor-made just for you. Tune in, fasten your seatbelt, and prepare for a roller coaster ride through the vast expanse of human curiosity. Get ready to be amazed, enlightened, and entertained, because on this podcast, there's only one rule. There are no rules. Hello, beautiful friends. On today's episode, I am sitting here with two amazing friends of mine, Lauren and Alyssa. So we will just start with the basics on how we all know each other. So Lauren, why don't I start with you, since we've been friends for how many years now?
Over 20, yeah.
Ooh, you guys are old.
Yeah, don't make me math.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when we met just in school, and then you lived in the neighborhood next to me, and
Yeah.
I'd be like a creep and run to your house and be like, "Can Tasha play?" And then Wendy would be like, "Not right now," or yeah, and then I would just run home like a Fruit Loop.
And that was the beginning of our friendship. And look at us now, all these years later. And
Look at us
Alyssa,
now.
how do we know each other?
Oh, I mean, a very normal story.
Right.
We have a mutual ex. Tasha is our kids' stepmom, ex-stepmom, always other mom, however you want to call that. Not a typical way to start a friendship or be able to keep a friendship after those relationships did not last. But we decided, the kids, obviously they love you, and she was willing to stay in their lives. So we just decided that we would stay friends because we love each other.
Oh, yes.
And the kids love her. So yeah, interesting beginnings on probably what is not a typical friendship ever.
Yeah, and I've talked about it in previous episodes about how Alyssa was married to Eric and they had EJ and Evie, and then I was engaged and he's the one I moved to San Diego for. And yeah, I've already gone over all of that, but we are here in Arizona for the weekend visiting, and the kids just showed up last night, and so that was a beautiful surprise. And how many years ago was that? 5?
5?
Yeah.
Over 5, yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
5.5.
Well,
really,
and like
yeah.
Tasha always talked about you and was like, "You're gonna love Alyssa. You
Yeah.
are gonna love Alyssa." And I am now a part of your family. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're stuck with us, I said.
I'm just going to show up now.
When's
we've had
Auntie
a blast.
Lauren coming to visit us? Well, and the dogs will be devastated.
Yes. Yeah.
We've had such an amazing weekend. Yesterday we went and floated, what was it called? Salt River?
Salt River.
Salt River with the tubes, and saw the horses. And yeah, it's been a really fun weekend so far. But today's episode is just going to be a little bit of storytelling, being put on the spot, asking questions. So I'm thinking let's kind of start and open it up with, what is one of your guys' most awkward or funniest dating stories?
Oh.
Whoever wants to go first.
Oh, I mean, like, are we PG rated?
Oh, no. We
X-rated?
talk about anything and everything on this podcast.
Okay, I got a good one then.
Okay, let's go.
So I'm a monogamous relationship type person, and all long relationships, even long after they're healthy or good, usually like, let's hit the 5-year mark, end things violently. And so I've never really dated. I would just happen to meet somebody, or I was single. Like, I was in a long relationship or I was single. That's my whole life. I lost my virginity when I was 19. So dating, when I was single once, I had moved across the state. So I moved home, ended a relationship with a narcissistic, egotistical jerk face. Wish him the best. I hope he's doing really well in life. Left that whole life moved home, went back to school, and ended up, a friend of mine owned a bar, and it was summer or like football season or something, and she needed somebody to work the bar/restaurant on Saturday mornings. Well, I've never done any of those things, but she's like, it's not rocket science. You can do it. Super fun. Had a great time. I literally think about, gosh, that was the most fun I've ever had at a job, and if I didn't have to work nights and miss my kids and my husband now, I would totally work at a bar or restaurant again. It's so fun. But working as the bartender, you meet all kinds, and great, the guys want to date the bartender. So I go on a date with this one guy. He was a lawyer, but like new, young, out of college. Really smart, funny, nice, kind of good looking, but like whatever. And he didn't believe me when I was like, yeah, we can go on a date, but I'm not going to sleep with you. Don't get crazy. Don't even try to kiss me, really. Like, I'm not into that. And if I am into that, you'll know. He just didn't believe. And he was pushy, but like, not like criminally pushy, but just like, I'll change your mind. I'm like, okay, probably not. So we went on a couple dates. Really awkward guy. And he had bad breath. Really hated that part.
No.
And he drove a light blue Prius. Which he's like, well, I got that in the divorce. You know, my wife took the truck. I'm like, oh, okay, how nice of you. So one of my friends had a Super Bowl party. And it was like an hour from where he lived, but it was where I lived. And I invited him over to the Super Bowl party. I'm like, so if you're going to drink, you're taking a cab or whatever home. You're not staying here. Don't get any ideas. Of course, what happens? He gets drunk. We all get drunk. And he stays the night. I'm like, cool, there's a couch. No, there was somebody on the couch. The only place that there was room was in the queen size bed in my room at my friend's house. My friend lived there with her boyfriend of like 5 years. Super great people. He was like the big brother of all of us, like, took care of us. Anyway, we go to sleep, everybody passes out. And I wake up in the middle of the night because the bed was moving. And I'm like, are we having an earthquake?
Oh, no.
No. So this guy, I can't even remember his name, but we have a funny nickname for him now, but I can't remember if it was related to his name or not, is standing above me and the bed, just going to town on himself.
Oh, my God.
And he was like kneeling against the bed, so like the bed's moving with his.
Oh, my God.
And I look over, and I didn't have my glasses on. I can't see very well. I just see like this monster thing right by my face, and I'm like, oh my God. And I look up at him, I'm like, what are you doing? And he puts his penis like in my face and says, do you want to finish me off? What? I like fly out of the bed. I run over and I get my friend Jesse, and I'm like, Jesse, get him out of the house. I don't know what to do. And so we call him, I think his name must have been Jack or Jackson or something, because we call him Jack Mehoff.
Oh, my God.
That's his nickname for us. I hope you hear this podcast, weirdo.
I don't even know what I would do.
Right.
It was like a little bit terrifying, but also like, is this
Like, are
real
you
life?
for real?
Did you
Happening?
really just put a monster penis in my face?
It's one way to get woken up, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't think anything ever
my
did get
God.
finished, except if he did, it was on the front porch because we were like,
You're like,
GTFO. Yeah.
you gotta go, bro.
And then after that, I was like, this is exactly why people don't date.
Yeah.
This is traumatizing. I will get a couple cats and become a spinster, and that's fine.
So did you send him your therapy bill?
I literally should have. No, I should have asked him, like, what type of
Venmo
law?
request of
Yeah.
like, hey,
Do you have any ideas on what the law is on this, Mr. Lawyer?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But, the next guy that I met and dated was Eric.
So more trauma.
Yeah. Met him, got engaged in 2 weeks, and yep.
Whoa.
Good choices. I make good choices.
Hey, but it's all part of our path, all of our experiences, and yeah.
what's your weirdest one?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, where do I start? This one, if we're gonna go way back, I think you have heard this one. I'm not gonna say who it was with, but I'm pretty sure, it was in junior high, and I had never given a guy head before. And do you know this one? And all I remember is my friends telling me, just whatever you do, make sure you spit. And I was like, okay. So I remember going in my
That was all the
bedroom.
instruction you got?
Oh, yeah.
Like, when do you spit?
Yeah,
Before, during,
exactly.
after? Where do you spit? What are you spitting?
So as I'm giving him that, going down, spit, going down, spit, like literally.
Oh, I bet he loved it.
Oh my gosh. Looking back, I'm like, that was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. He's probably like, what is this bitch doing? And that was like junior high, I think. I mean, that was probably, the one that comes to mind when I think about embarrassing, awkward,
What in the world?
What about you, Lauren?
I guess mine's a little bit more PG rated.
That's okay.
I guess the weirdest one would have to be like, I was talking to a guy and it was like late at night and he goes, hey, come over. And I'm like, no. And then he's like, oh, come over. And I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just go hang out. Like, I'm actually just bored.
Yeah.
I'll just go hang out. And we had like, been talking like here and there before this. So like a complete stranger by any means. So I go over there and I'm like knocking at the door and no one's answering. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'll just turn around and go back home.
Because you didn't answer?
Well, he wasn't answering. I was
Yeah.
knocking on the door. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, fuck you, bro. If you're not going to answer,
Invite
I'll
me
just go
over.
home. So then...
Were you at the right house?
Yeah. Yes, I was. Because we do know my DoorDash history, so there was
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So as I'm turning to get in my car, he opens the door, and he's looking at me, and he's got, like, McDonald's and shit all over him. And he's like, hi. And I am like mid-turning to my car, and I go, you don't remember inviting me over.
Oh, is he like hammered?
Oh, hammered. Oh. And he's like, no. I did. And I was like, no, you really do
He
not.
was deep in that Big Mac.
You really. And I was like, no, it's really okay. No, like, I'm not going to judge you. I get it. Like, you're
I'm just
schmammered.
gonna go home.
I'm just going to go home. Like, you're not going to remember this is happening. So that's cool. I, however, am sober as a gopher. So I will remember all of this. This is embarrassing. And he's like, no, come inside. And so I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? I go in there. And there is McDonald's everywhere. All over. Sauce, ketchup, everything. all over the place.
Oh my God.
And
Did he leave you any, though?
No. And so I'm like sitting awkwardly on the couch. And he's like, yeah, like, you want to watch a movie or something? And it's all over everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know whether to like throw him a wet wipe.
Right.
And like just run, or I'm like, how do I exit this? The whole time I'm like, how do I exit this? So then I'm like, oh, so he's so schmammered. If we start a movie, he's going to fucking fall asleep.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, maybe you should finish more of your food. Because I was like, oh, well, if he gets super full and watches the movie, he's going to fall asleep. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe you should, like, finish your food. I'm, like, pushing it over. And he's like, oh, yeah. So then he, like, is eating. I'm pretty sure he fell asleep with, like, a Big Mac or something, like, in his fucking hand.
Oof.
And I, like, literally got up from the tiptoe and snuck out. I don't really know if he ever really... Oh, he did realize he invited me over later, because he like texted me and goes, did you come over?
Oh.
And I was like, yep. I was kind of hoping you wouldn't remember. I, however, remember. So it was just like a nightmare. That was like the worst. And then I was like so embarrassed because I was like, you don't remember inviting me
I know, and that's funny because he should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
But yet we get embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good laugh, like, in the morning when I was like, yep, definitely did. How was your
That
McDonald's?
happened
I would probably think of that every time I went to McDonald's.
I
or drove
do.
past
I
it.
actually do.
Yeah.
I actually do. Because I'm like, oh my God. Because it was everywhere.
Ugh.
Literally everywhere. And I was like, what? Did you like finger paint with this? Like,
Oh
what
my
were you
gosh.
doing?
You know, that was a $70 DoorDash order, too.
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe he was like writing my number or something.
He was trying to text you with
He
his
was
Big
texting,
Mac.
he was texting me, but with the barbecue sauce or something.
Gross. Crazy. Okay, I know we've talked about awkward and embarrassing, but Alyssa, you found the love of your life.
I did.
And being in traumatizing previous relationships and now seeing what it's like to experience real, true, authentic love. What would you say are like the major differences, or like let's just kind of touch on your relationship?
So my husband is just like a cut above. I mean, he is absolutely one of a kind. He is, we were camping last weekend, just the two of us. And because he's been married before, twice actually. Once when he was really young. They have a daughter. She's amazing. They have 2 little grandsons for us and a granddaughter on the way. Mm-hmm. And her mom, she and I are really good friends. And then that was a short marriage though. But his second wife, they were married for 22 or 23 years, like a really long time.
Yeah.
It didn't end well. And we were talking about, because I think Randy and I just realized that we've been together, I think, for like 7 years. And that's the longest relationship. Even with all my long relationships, I've never had a 7-year-long relationship. And it's weird because it doesn't feel like that. Because every day I wake up and I love him more. He is my favorite person in the whole world.
Yeah, he's your best friend.
Yeah, if I got to pick every day who I'm going to hang out with, it's my husband. He's thoughtful. And I think we talk a lot about the difference between loving someone and adoring someone.
Yeah.
And that's like the love that we have for each other it's full of adoration. Like he's the best. Yeah. And I want to make him happy every day I wake up. And what can I do to make Randy happy today?
And it's easy. Way. Most people say, oh, marriage is hard and relationships are a lot of work. But, Austin was that way. And you always have to put in the work, but it's not work,
Right. Because we're always going to we have gone through some shit in our relationship with co-parenting and exes and then a blended family raising his kids with my kids and trying to figure out how to balance all of that and who disciplines who and who doesn't. And we have absolutely had some like knockdown, drag out arguments about what we're doing right or wrong or what the other person thinks. But what we learned, and it took us a long time to figure this out, but I think this is like what's so different about him. He's incredibly patient. I'm a bit of an asshole. I'm really stubborn. I am never wrong. I have a hard time apologizing because I don't think I'm wrong. So why would I apologize? But I've had to learn a lot about that. And we now understand there are certain topics that we know are really touchy for us as a couple to talk about. So we laid ground rules. Like, we're not going to talk about those if we've had alcohol. We're not going to talk about those if the kids are around, even like in the house. And those ground rules, like we'll table it and be like, you know what? We're not going to fix this probably right now anyway. We can just table it. Table the emotions too. Put all of that away. Let's not waste a day or a night or a weekend or whatever being mad about it. Let's just talk about it when we're in the right space to talk about it. And that has worked. I think that's the key for us when we talk about like money. Money's a tough topic for a lot of people. It's not for us. We just talk about it. And if something's good or bad, we just work it out together. Okay,
well,
what's
I think
the
that
plan?
all boils down to communication.
Mm-hmm.
And
just
learning each other.
And, open communication and boundaries.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, this is upsetting me, and I know it's upsetting you. Like, let's table it.
And it's okay to do that. You feel like you have to hash it out right then. No, you don't.
You have to have those talks regarding everything, So learning each other is so important.
Yeah, and then walking away when you know it's just not going to get anywhere.
It's a lot easier to do that with somebody that you just really enjoy being with, talking to. Like, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't want to make him mad. I don't want to disappoint him.
Well, I think the biggest part, too, is that he respects that, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
and
like,
he's
being with someone that, and you respect that, too. So, communication, respect, boundaries.
We absolutely prioritize that. Because I think our sex life has gotten us through some really hard times. Yeah. Where it could be that I'm so mad at him. Like, you're not even who I thought you were right now in my head in that moment. And then we'll be like, maybe let's talk about this later. But take your clothes off because we are definitely not going to go to bed without having a nice little fuck sesh.
And that's so important too, not going to bed angry. Loss can happen in the blink of an eye. And it's just, life is so short, and it's so important to always resolve things and talk things through. I grew up in a household where yelling and screaming, that's how we handled things, and I brought that into my relationships, and then I did the inner work and healed, and now I'm like, there's no reason that it needs to get to that point. Everything should be able to be talked out and find a solution.
Yeah, you don't have to be mean or I was raised that way too, and it's a really hard habit to break.
It takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience, but it's so rewarding. Like, I will not fight with people anymore. And recognizing if you do start to feel that way, trigger, oh, this is an unhealed part of myself, and that takes a lot of work. Have that person that, you want to be around them all the time. You enjoy it, and you want to tell them everything and do everything with them, but also healthy, relationships, you do your own thing and he does his, and you guys have that dynamic too. That's awesome. And Lauren, she's like looking at me like, ooh, are we talking about my relationship on air? Only good things. Lauren's going through a trial period right now where she really does want her relationship to work, and it's hard because it's learning each other, and we're recognizing too, everybody has trauma, and it may not be, how do I word this? It may not be like, that's just who they.
Yeah. And it comes to a point where you're just learning each other,
Yeah.
just like how she said.
As long as you have two people wanting to do the work.
It comes to a point where you get to this point of every relationship, you just get to a head where you're like, okay, these are my boundaries. And you start to really learn each other and go, okay, what works for me doesn't work for you, and that's okay. But we have to come together as a partnership.
Yep.
Yeah.
And figure out how to go about these things. And like you said, a blended family, it's rough.
Yeah.
Such a whole other element as far as, because you cannot be a mom and not get your feelings involved when it comes to co-parenting, and also like
Amen.
with your spouse or someone you're with, and be like, well, I know that's how you discipline, but that's not how I would have handled it. But then also it's like, okay, well, it's like boundaries with that. Like, hey, before you go say that, can you talk to me?
Yeah.
And learning that, and that's a whole other layer when you have a blended family.
And then you have healed people and unhealed people.
Yeah, but it's like once you get in that groove, which I feel like you have gotten into that groove now, it's like you learn the boundaries and learn how to communicate.
It becomes second nature. We don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah, and Logan's really good at coming back to me and being like, hey, I said this. Is this okay? I just wanted to double check with you that I'm saying the right thing. And he is always really good at circling back with Abel and Carson and being like, hey, dude, like, I'm sorry that I had to say that I want to take your Xbox away, but you weren't listening. But he's always keeps his cool.
It's
like,
Randy's gift too. I'm a fly off the handle kind of mom.
what?
I said it nice 3 times and now I'm gonna scream.
Yeah. See, I feel like I'm pretty patient. Like, I'm pretty patient with kids. And he always kind of keeps his, but he's very firm. Like, Logan is black and white. There's no gray area. You either do this or you don't. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm all gray area.
Randy's
I'm
a
like,
Pisces also.
I'm like, I want to ride a unicorn up, and it's gonna happen. I just live and dream.
I'm so the opposite of that. That's so funny.
You're a fire sign.
But I am with kids. Like, I am very black or white. I'm also the peacemaker too. I'm like, okay, you did try and you're doing good, and I appreciate that.
Do you want to do a drawing together now?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it all really, like you said, comes down to communicating and you learning those qualities with your partner, or how they communicate.
I wish more adults would take the time to do the self-reflecting and the work because of the impact it has on the kids. And it shows that your guys' kids are the way they are, and they're so incredible because of you guys. You see a lot of dysfunctional families, and also that too, like having somebody like you work with somebody toxic and the kids going back and forth, both of you. That's hard to find that balance.
Yeah. I've always wondered in romantic relationships, if it started out really well, where is that breaking point? What's the trigger? Is it time, a situation, a topic that the breakdown starts? That then if you don't know how to do the work, or you don't know how to learn to communicate, or you don't want to, or whatever, you're so mad you can't, that breakdown becomes the end.
Yeah, I think it's different for everything too, because some people they're putting on a front and then their true colors come out, and you're like, whoa, what is
It's like
this?
situations. Like,
For sure.
to me, there's some like situations that something will happen, and I'm like, ooh, I know I can't turn back from that one. No matter how much, oh, I'm sorry, or whatever. To me, it's very situational. And I've learned in myself, I'm a really big observer, and I observe more than I speak. And so I observe a lot, and I'll think to myself like, oh, I don't like that. But that's just character. That's not, you know what I mean? So it's a raw moment, right? Like how they handled it. It's like, okay, that's just,
Sure.
and the inner process of being like, okay, I don't like that. And that's something I don't know if I can get over.
Yep.
But I also think that's a part of being, people do the healing work and they do the ladder of, okay, is this something that I can handle? Is this something that I can get over? No, we have to ask these inner questions.
Like, I can forgive, but I don't know if I'll be able to forget.
Or in like the people that have those character flaws, they're typically not self-aware.
Yeah.
They're not ever going to be. So it's really hard. I don't like having to figure out a flaw I have, but I do know I have them. And Randy's really good at talking to me about them. You know,
Yeah.
when this happens and you react this way, this is a problem. This is an issue. This isn't healthy. And immediately I'm defensive, right? Because I'm an Aries. I'm perfect. How dare you, you dumb Pisces. Get over back in your dream world. I hate it, though. I hate thinking that, wait, maybe I'm not perfect. So, okay, crap. Then I have to actually get into that mess.
So I think something that was a game changer for me is when I started looking at obstacles or flaws. You know, my favorite saying is obstacles are opportunities. Looking forward to things that we can work on to make us better instead of that's another flaw. Get excited. Ooh, this is an area I can grow and heal. And so now I kind of look at that stuff as constructive criticism as exciting.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
a way better way to look at it instead of the self-loathing.
Yeah.
Or being like, you're wrong. You
Yeah.
don't even know.
Well, I mean, it's all like inner work, and it is really ugly when you figure these things out. Like,
And it's not easy.
Yeah, it sucks.
ew, I do
Yeah.
that. That's
Right?
gross.
But look at how much we've changed and grown. We're not the same people we were 5 years ago, a year ago.
It's just gross, like how
Yeah.
a lot of people just don't do that inner work and they just put it on everybody else. And it's just like, I'm so glad that I'm not that person. When we were like joking,
Yeah.
we're like, just go to therapy, like figure
Yeah.
it out, like,
Do something.
journal.
Yeah.
Here, throw. Half these people, you just want to throw a journal at them, and be like, figure it out, save.
Just
yourself.
Google it.
Save yourself. There's Chat GPT now.
Well, and I think a lot of
Yeah,
people
right.
don't really know how to, and they don't even know how to take the steps in starting to heal that.
Or stick with it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard when you know, okay, I got this really great piece of advice. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to practice. But then if I fail, then I'm like, ugh, well, obviously I'm never going to actually ever be that. I'm never going to get that improvement. And we had talked with a blended family counselor a couple years ago. And she's wonderful. Mindy, thank you for everything that you have done for us. She reminded me that it's okay. So she would ask, I want you to document 10 times when this happens in between our sessions. And okay. And so I documented the 10 times, and she's like, how many times did you succeed? And I'm like, 2. And she's like, that's great. You did it. You did it. Keep going.
Yeah.
Next time it's going to be 3 or 4 or
Yeah.
8 and now I don't even, my natural reaction that I had to work on, I had to break that habit. I don't even remember how I used to react.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yes.
It's such a interwoven part of my personality, my emotions. I don't even know.
Well, I strongly dislike the people that use a lot of their things as a crutch. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I'm just this way because of this, and I'm just this way,
It's an excuse.
and I'm just an asshole because I'm an asshole.
That's just
You
how.
know?
That's just who I am.
Don't be an asshole to people,
Right.
and don't use it as a crutch. You know?
Rule number 1 for the day: don't be a dick. It's really not that hard just to not be an asshole.
And we all have choices, and we get to choose every day how
Yeah.
we want to show up.
One thing with my kids, I always say is like, okay, how can you lead with kindness today? How can you lead with kindness?
Yep.
Or even if they do something that I see that's not very kind, I'm like, hey, is this leading with kindness, you think? Or what's your plan there?
Yep.
Another fun thing Lauren does at the dinner table is high-low buffalo, right? So we go around the table and what was your high of the day and what was your low? And then buffaloes just say anything you want to say. And I love
Oh,
that
love
because it's just another way at the end of each day, I'll do it before I go to sleep, a body scan of going through my day. Where were my highs? Where were my lows? What was good? What wasn't? What environments did I feel high and low? And it's just good to do that.
Well, my favorite thing, honestly, about the whole thing is as a parent, you always think you know what is their favorite of the day.
Yep.
And it's so funny.
They surprise you.
To learn so
to
much about
see
them,
what
yeah.
their perspective of the day was, and what really was their and most of the time it's always just the simplest of things, like just breaking it down when they, I mean, Carson's a teenager now, so some of his answers are very,
oh yeah,
I don't know where he learned that from, but nope. But it is interesting to hear their perspective of the day, of what was their best part of the day, their worst part. So it's fun.
Yeah, I like that because I think it's hard to get kids to engage. How was your day today? How was school? And they're like, fine. Or Evie is very, very expressive. I don't know where she gets that from. A little bit dramatic.
Yeah.
And she came home one day and dropped her backpack and big sigh. And she's like, I had the worst day of my life today. And we're like, oh no, what happened? And she's like, I didn't have a hair tie at recess. It's a crisis. But I'm like, the worst day of your life, huh?
Oh my gosh.
So
I mean,
what can we do to
I've
make
been
sure
there.
you don't have another crisis day of no hair tie?
Like if your hair is bad and you just want it up and it just looks
And it's
nasty,
hot here. Right?
Yeah.
She probably needed it off her little neck.
I would have
Oh my
just
God.
constructed something at that point.
I
Yeah.
tie mine in a knot because it's dry.
I mean,
and
mine's
unhealthy.
always on top of my.
But I like that because that is a better way to learn. And there's probably some funny stories that come up.
One thing I wanted to bring up that I think we all kind of talked about the other day is compliments. It's so beautiful when people are always complimenting, and like I was saying, I always think it, but I don't say them. And we never really forget those. I mean, if I was to ask you guys, what's a compliment that you've received that really just, that you'll never forget? Like, does one come to mind for either of you?
I mean, I was recently interviewing for a new job, and I was like, I think I did really well, and I plan, prepare. I know a ton about my industry. It wasn't really hard, but I was like, I don't know if they liked me.
Yeah.
And Randy, and I hear this not just from Randy, but he's like, how could they not? Everyone loves you.
Yes.
And that is, I think,
Yes.
one that...
Yes. It could be something as simple too. I know Austin, I talked about it on one of our episodes, but he said back in junior high when Angie Duryea said, Austin, you look really good in all white. And that's why he was always wearing all white, because it made him feel so good, and he loved wearing all white still to this day. And that was like 20 years ago, And like Alyssa, like you saying that one reminds me too. Austin got me a thing of matches that said, I feel sorry for those who don't know you.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
always
right?
joke around when people are like, oh, they'll love you. I'm like, duh, who doesn't? It's like, because,
Yeah. You
Yeah.
feel good to be around.
yeah. And I know another one for me is, especially after the loss of Austin, but multiple people have used the same word, and they just say, you're the most resilient person. Those are things, make me feel good, and things that I'll never forget. What about you, Lauren?
I don't know.
None that really like stick?
I always get compliments on my eyes.
Yeah.
You do
All
have
the time.
gorgeous eyes.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you have really pretty eyes. But as far as all the compliments I always get are, you're so patient and you're so kind.
Yeah.
Or the one that I always get is, I'm too nice.
What's
You're
really
too
interesting
nice.
about those compliments is that it kind of seems like you're like, oh, those aren't really that big of a deal, but they are.
Yeah.
And they're true. But not everybody is like that.
Yeah.
And you forget that
Yeah.
a lot of people are just bitches.
I know. And I really do forget that in a bad way, because I always think people will think like me or do things like
Yeah.
me. And I have to constantly remind myself.
Yep.
And Logan will always be like, you're too nice. You're too nice. But I go, well, that's just who I am.
Yeah. Why can't they be too nice too?
Yeah, that's just who I am. If I die tomorrow and I'm known as too nice, then
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. But yeah, I do live my life to. I've noticed when you guys were talking about, I'm always a compliment giver.
Yeah,
like
you
when
are
I'm
really
out,
good about that.
When I'm out, I'm like, that shirt looks really good on you,
Yeah.
and people like stare at me like, I'm like, that color looks really good on you
Too.
Yeah, I'm like, your hair looks really pretty, or I'm always the one that's
And that one compliment can change that
complimenting
person's
like
entire day.
randoms.
Don't compliment me though, because I don't know how to take it. Like,
I'm the
thanks, I
worst
got
at
it at
taking
Ross.
it.
Yeah. It has pockets.
Yeah, I just like start.
I'm weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super awkward with that.
Yeah, they're like, you're really pretty. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I look like a garbage pail. I'm actually a homeless person.
Oh my gosh.
I just came from under the bridge. I'm a troll.
Quit making it weird. Yeah.
I think, all of us can always be better about just doing those little things, whether it's a compliment or opening the door for somebody or paying it forward. It goes a long ways.
Yeah, letting the girl know on the river yesterday her bathing suit was about to pop off.
Yes.
I think all of the guys on the river were very disappointed in us, but
They were hanging on by a thread. Could
Yeah.
you imagine if it went
and
in
then
the
where would
river
it? Right,
and
she would have just
floated
had to be
away?
topless the rest of her 2-hour.
Saved
Very
her.
fast.
But it's a little thing, and
Is that called Captain Save-A-Ho? Because I think that's what we did.
I'm not sure if that's the way that is used, but I have a group of girlfriends and we talk about this a lot. Like being a girl's girl, I think is what it's called now. And we always try to look simple as walking behind somebody and their tag's out. You tuck their tag back in and give them a little pat. Hey, your tag was out. Little things like that. And that there needs to be more of that. And it could be a stranger, it could be a family, anybody. But I think once you start doing that and people start like being the recipient of it, that girl will probably, river girl, titty river girl,
Yeah.
she'll probably remember that
Yeah.
and maybe even
Pay
pay
it forward.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of those pay it forward type
Yeah.
things. Like where you're
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
a
really
right.
appreciated that. She was young too, so.
Yeah.
But
She probably had really nice boobs.
yeah, she probably did.
How nice for her.
Well, shoot.
Now
We
I'm kind of
missed
sad
it.
we didn't get
Yeah.
to see him.
Oh
Dang
my
it.
God.
Shoot.
Okay, what is your guys' biggest fear?
Heights.
Heights?
Yeah, Tasha
Yes,
keeps being.
I don't like the heights.
She is. Talk about.
I'm an
resilient.
adrenaline junkie.
She's like, we're on the airplane, and we are going through like turbulence.
Ugh.
We're bouncing, and I'm about to throw up. And she's like, "You want to jump out of this?" And I'm like, 1,000% no. I'm
No,
gonna
I
throw
was
up in
saying
my-
this is what we would
She's
do
like-
if we went
yeah,
skydiving.
she's like,
You would
we
just
could
roll out.
We would roll out right now, and I'm in my head. I'm
Hell
like,
no.
I'll survive. I'm okay. I'm okay. We're good. She's
Yeah.
like, we roll out of this right now, and I'm like, if I'm jumping out of a plane, it's to save my life. We are going down. We're burning in there, and I'm jumping out.
You both are afraid of heights.
Oh, heights,
Yeah, but you know
terrifying.
what? I had a therapist in my early 20s tell me that it's not that I'm afraid of heights, it's I'm afraid of dying from heights. I'm like, that is true.
Are you
I'm not-
afraid of death?
I'm not afraid of. I don't want to leave the kids without their mom. Absolutely. No, I'm not afraid of death, but I don't want to die yet. I don't fuck with heights
I don't
because
know.
I'm not trying to put myself in a situation where I could die, but then I also make unhealthy life choices like alcohol and cigarettes. But
So what would be your biggest fear?
I think losing a kid.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever recover. That is for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And mine, along with that, is losing the love of your life.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
That's weird, Lauren. We were just talking about that. Or was it you
Yeah.
or Tosh last
No,
night?
no,
or all
we're
of
here.
us?
Yeah.
Losing Randy
To
would.
me, there's no greater fear
Right.
than that. Yeah.
But I think like you've lived through it.
Yeah.
I would live through it. If Randy died, I would live through that. But if one of
just
the kids
changes you
did,
forever. Yeah.
I don't think I would. I mean, I would have to.
Yeah.
I can't imagine ever being anything more than just a shell.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just that like power to move forward, and
And knowing that they're still here. That's one thing.
and also finding the strength in yourself, knowing that they wouldn't want you to live like that.
Yeah.
So, and knowing that they wouldn't want you to be that way would propel me forward. Because a lot of people that I've lost, I know that they wouldn't want me to.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people have said too that I'm really big into mediumship and whatnot, but a lot of people have said that they feel closer to their children, their spouses, now that they're not here in the physical anymore. And I'm not there yet. I definitely connect with Austin and know he's still with me, but yeah, it's just different. It changes everything. Yeah. But on a lighter note, how should we wrap this up? What else do you guys got here? Because me and Lauren got to catch a flight here soon. Go back to Washington.
I think my car's going to break down on the way to the airport and you'll miss your flight. Oops.
And it is Mercury retrograde.
Oh, Lord.
Microwave is an asparagus.
Yep. Do you guys have any last minute things you want to add to this completely random episode?
I don't know.
I like that it's a little bit of random. And
Yeah.
I think I love listening to women on podcasts. because I think we're funnier.
Yeah.
And we're way better storytellers than most.
I mean, Austin was a pretty damn good storyteller.
For sure. The
Yeah.
best, yeah. But I hope that this podcast reaches other women and reminds them that our sisterhood is truly important.
Yes.
Lauren, we met 3 days ago.
It's like you've known
you
each
are
other
part of my
forever.
life forever,
Yeah.
yeah. And I just think that's so cool. So thank you both for coming out. And
Thank you for having me. Yeah, very important. Lauren, do you have any?
No.
we talked about a lot of things. So if any of you need blended family co-parenting,
Yeah.
if you have an ex and they have a new person and you're not sure what to do with that, you talk to us.
Yeah.
We know. We're doing it right.
I mean, we just kind of dabbled today a little bit here and there, but we could really get into like the depths of, navigating stuff like that.
Well, that
for
and
sure.
it's hard. Like
Yeah.
just
It's weird.
Or-
And we're programmed to think it's weird.
Well, yeah, and it's hard navigating through all that, and you always are questioning yourself, like, "Oh, am I doing the right thing?" And just giving everybody space of.
Yeah.
This is hard shit, and it's okay that it's hard.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. That is for sure.
Yeah. Oh, look at what time it is. 1:11. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I love you both. And yeah, if the next time we get together, we'll have to do a round 2, have some juicy
Yeah,
stories
she
to
needs to come
share.
to Washington.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. So,
Come on up.
yes, that is a
I know,
wrap.
I do need to get back home.
And we will see you all soon. I have 2 beautiful, amazing little humans, EJ and Evie. Welcome,
Hi.
you guys.
Hi. Hi.
So happy to be here in Arizona with these guys. They just showed up last night. And yeah, we're just going to record a mini episode. And so I kind of wanted to start on how was your guys' summer? What did you do? What were the highlights of your summer?
We went to our dad's house in California, and we went to Disneyland for 4 days. And we all.
Also got 2 cats. What are their names?
I have a brown tabby. He's 4 months old, a boy, and his name is Blue.
And I have a black cat that is around 1 years old, and
Okay.
her name is Clementine.
Cute. And you guys named them yourselves?
No, they came with me.
In Disneyland for 4 days? What was
went-
your favorite ride?
So,
Definitely Space Mountain.
Oh, that's my favorite too.
so it's not in Disneyland; it's in California Adventure. But I like the Incredicoaster.
Okay.
It's really fun.
4 days? That's a lot. Every day you did the rides and the games and everything?
Yeah, we went Disneyland, California Adventure. Disneyland, California Adventure. And we also went with our cousins.
Fun. What else did you guys do this summer?
We thankfully got to go to the beach a lot, which someone over here did not like.
What? Evie, you didn't like the beach?
No.
No? Bunch of swimming and yeah?
I was scared that I would step on something
Oh.
under the water.
Oh. Did you surf? Did you boogie board?
We went boogie boarding.
Boogie boarding?
We, as in me.
You?
We went boogie boarding.
You barely left the sand.
No, wait. That is not true.
Oh, and then when do you guys go back to school?
July 29th, I think.
What grade are you guys going to be in?
I'm going into 4th. He's going into 5th.
Oh my goodness. Do you guys realize that you were only 3 and 5 when I met you?
Oh, wow.
And how old are you now?
Just turned 11.
11 and
Just
9.
turned 9.
Oh my goodness. Time flies. Do you guys have any questions or anything you want to share with the audience?
So before we went to California with our dad for the summer break. Me and Randy were at. So we all went camping, and I was seeing Randy shoot a bow, and I was like, "Whoa, that's really cool."
And?
He had another bow, and I was actually. So I missed a lot of my shots, but I was getting them in the same spot, and we didn't realize until we were going to go get it checked up to see why I couldn't hit the shot.
Okay.
And it was because I was using the wrong pin. So when I did use the right pin,
You're getting all your shots?
yeah.
Oh, so you learned
And-
how to shoot.
So we just had to go get the arrows and the bow all fixed up to my size, and it just recently got done. So we're gonna go pick it up sooner or later. I don't really know when.
Fun. I bet that was so much fun. Did you really enjoy it? You're excited to do it again?
Yeah.
What about you, Evie? Do you have anything or any hobbies that you're looking forward to doing?
No, but right as we were going to leave to go to California, I was at my friend's birthday party.
And how was
And I had
that?
to leave early because, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have lots more birthday parties coming up and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you two want to do or be when you grow up? Do you have anything that yeah, EJ?
So, I want to be a jet flyer.
A jet flyer?
Yeah, I want to be a spy.
Cool. That sounds awesome. What about you, Evie?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
No.
Still, it'll come to you. I mean, a lot of us still don't even know what we want to be or do when we grow up.
Yeah. I have my mind set on the Air Force.
I think that's awesome. That is awesome. You look like you have something you want to say. What do you want to say?
Nothing really.
No, just
I want to tap the mic.
Yeah, tap it. Yeah, they're super sensitive. They pick up everything. Oh, and then we have, who's this over here? Bandit and Charlie. Anything else you guys want to share with our listeners? And you'll be able to, once I air this, you'll be able to play it anytime and hear your guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It'll be on Apple, Spotify.
I just want to thank my dad for teaching me all about the Air Force and the Navy and how it all works. And a couple days ago, he also showed me a bunch of his military gear.
Cool.
It was he had this really cool multi-tool that had 7 different things. He's trying to retire to come move here. He's a part of the EOD bomb squad.
Yeah.
So he showed me a lot of things and some tools that can defuse bombs.
I bet you love learning about that, huh?
It was really cool.
Oh, that's so awesome. And then Randy's teaching you how to shoot and learn all sorts of new stuff. That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I love you both, and I'm so excited that I got to see you, that you came home early. And, yeah, we'll have to definitely plan for another pool party, because last night's pool party was a lot of fun, too. All right. Well, we will see you all soon.
Bye.